Hey, what is up, YouTube? Welcome back to another show, and I'm gonna fix the little bit there. All right, of course, I'm trying to say back some, so that way that looks decent, but a little bit more. Okay, that looks really good right there. Hey, what is up, YouTube? Hope you guys are doing great. Yes, I got to turn off the information when I switch from doing videos and going back and forth on what is, from doing a regular video and then doing a live stream. I got to switch everything. One second. All right, and got some papers on the ground. Just all fun and dandy. Hey, thank you so much for tuning in. We've got some information for you that just come out. Is Biden sending another stimulus check? And that's a big question. What to know about the IRS emails that are being sent out to eligible residents? We've got that news right here on the screen, as well as stimulus checks and rebates to see what states are actually doing. And do you have any stimulus checks coming your way for 2023? We've got all that news right here for you guys. And again, I hope you're doing great. Hope you're doing awesome. Sorry. I love wearing hats, and I just got my hair cut. Y'all can see how clean that is. Yeah. Anyways, wearing hats makes me super itchy and all that good stuff. Okay. Vanessa, Rebecca, Ivana, Maria, Sheila, Daryl, Ryan, Thomas, Julia, Maria, Nancy, Esmeralda. Hey guys, what is going on, my friend? And Ryan, that's a good question. I can definitely talk to you guys about that, find some information, see what's going on. So if you see me itching, it's not something definitely worry about. It's I'm not trying to, scratch myself. I'm just itching. So last night, before we get into the news, if you guys don't mind, if you haven't already, if you look down in the description below, we have a petition going on, $500 increase for seniors, those on Social Security, SSI, SSDI, disabled. If you're 60 years old, then you definitely, or older, you definitely deserve more money. So we've created a petition to see if we get your support, and several seniors need more money. So we've created a petition saying you need a $500 monthly increase aside from what you're already getting now. So it doesn't mess any of that up. It's just extra money. If you're in favor, if you want to support the petition is down in the link below. But before we get into the stimulus news, guys, we've got all that for you. Joe Biden, is he sending out stimulus checks? We've got that as for you as well. But why I'm scratching so much is last night decided, hey, I've got to push more. We have somebody that comes and mows it. My brother-in-law was doing it for us, and his friend's doing it now. Can't beat the price, and because we have a pretty big backyard, and I'm not saying I couldn't mow it with a push mower, but one second, man, getting a call right here. Let me say it. Back, almost done with live stream. So anyway, that's my pastor calling, and I said, hey, let me call you right back. I'm doing a live stream. So decided yesterday, my front yard's not big at all. Decided to get out there with the push mower. Now, I don't have just your typical push mower. I have an electric push mower, and it runs off a battery, which I got a good deal on it. So I tried it out, and I love it. But the mosquitoes, I literally looked over when I was pushing the mower, and I had like 3 or 4 just in this one spot. I looked down my shirt. I had mosquitoes all on my shirt, on this arm. I mean, I was getting destroyed last night by mosquitoes. It's like they were targeting just me. I was like the only thing out there for them to eat. And I was getting like, guys, and here's the bad thing. This is already swollen up. I don't know if you can see that. It's right there. It's swollen up pretty bad. But I came, and here's what's worse. Like, I got all these marks on me. Here's what's worse. I took my shirt off, okay, because my back I just wanted to scratch it. I had like 6 or 7 8 mosquito bites all over my back where they went through my shirt. And if that tells you that these guys were on a mission, and man, I just know, man. And I told my wife, I said, I got to do another portion of the yard, but I'm not doing it without spray. I'm going to get bracelets, those dollar bracelets, and I'm going to like do this number right here. I mean, I'm going to bathe in that because mosquito bites are the worst. Brenda, it's part of the show. What you come for is news and entertainment. Hey, listen, guys, we're just having fun. Brenda, don't get your feelings tied up in a. I would say something else, but I don't want to offend anybody. But don't get your feelings hurt too bad. We're just talking about a little information before we dive into the news. So, stimulus checks, rebates in states, which states are actually sending them out, which ones are actually doing something this year. And of course, the reason we do all this research is because a lot of times many states propose information. And just like with Kentucky, they proposed $1,000 checks to go out to their residents. And they had it proposed for about 2 months. And then all of a sudden, they came to a halt and said, wait a minute, we've got to go back and reevaluate what we're doing. But then you have other states like Montana who were on the list. And guess what? We checked up, and one day they were on the list, and now they're getting things moving. They're saying that you have until September to claim it. So there's a lot of reasons why every time sometimes you hear some, you don't hear some. This is just updated news that comes out every single day. So Alaska, California, Montana, New Mexico, Washington State. So Idaho, Illinois, Maine, Massachusetts, they've extended their times to give you enough time. Primarily, these are for those that file taxes. So they're giving you a little bit more time. Maine until September 30th, Massachusetts, September 15th, Illinois and Idaho, Idaho through the rest of the summer of 2023, which whatever that is. And for Illinois, they're just really wanting to pay everybody up that they owed money to from last year. And then you have other states like Arizona, Arkansas, Colorado, Georgia, Idaho, Indiana, Iowa, Kentucky, Louisiana, Michigan, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, New Hampshire, North Carolina, North Dakota, Ohio, Oklahoma, South Carolina, Utah, and West Virginia, where they are either, so this is what they're saying. They will lower the income taxes this year and next year than they did the last previous year. So that's definitely a plus, according to the Tax Foundation. And they're either going to temporarily or permanently lower the top marginal tax rate. And all of the states that I just read off, starting with Arizona, going all the way to West Virginia, there are 22 states that are either permanently or just temporarily going to lower that tax marginal rate. Okay. And the other states are proposing sending more stimulus checks like New Mexico, Washington State, Montana, California, Alaska. All of those states are considering doing more stimulus. But what really got my attention today was when you come across new updated information on, is Biden sending another stimulus check? This is strictly from the U.S. politics. You literally have to pay to get this information. This is how accurate it is. And they charge you to get this information. So just know that we're doing a lot on our side, because ever since that last issue with that last article, we're watching where we're getting our information from, because again, we're wanting to make sure that you get the most updated information. So is Biden sending another stimulus check? What to know about the IRS email? And if you appreciate the news, make sure to hit that like button. Can we hit 200 likes in this video chat? I'm going to do a quick community post. So here we go. All right, I'm going to ask you a quick question. Just if you don't mind, just take a few minutes, guys. Thank you for hitting that like button. Remember, we're full-time YouTube. Any support definitely helps. Um, this has been a huge controversy that's been going on. Even Donald Trump was live on television talking about this big issue. And number one, there are people that are saying, hey, leave the Biden family alone, the cocaine, the prostitutes, everything that was brought up in the actual court by Marjorie Green Taylor. She showed all this information, all proof, guys, that what they've done is they have got paid by other countries to sell out information from the United States. Joe Biden and his son, they've got paid millions of dollars to sell out information. So they have the proof, they have the evidence, they have the text messages that show Joe Biden's son was clearly saying, hey, I'm here with my father. This is the stuff that we're talking about. And it's not good. They got all that proof. And still, even with all that proof of selling out our country, people are still saying, no, he doesn't need to go to jail. But they're very quick to put Donald Trump behind bars because of the January 6th riot and all this other stuff. Apparently, he had classified documents, which Joe Biden had the same thing in his garage. He even said, well, it's next to my Corvette sitting in the garage. Like, it's not exposed. What difference does that make? You still got unclassified documents, man. But it doesn't matter because it's Joe Biden. But Donald Trump has it in a locked up area, and it's the worst thing in the world. So you already know how social media works, how everything works. The far leftists pin everything on the Republican right side and say it's the worst people in the world, while indefinitely the whole Jason Aldean community thing that's happening, saying he's a racist and all this stuff, simply because they just don't care about his morals or what he stands for. And the leftists, they'll play songs about killing people, murdering people, riots, destroying businesses, and it's okay. So I wanted to put that community post out there. Let me know your thoughts. It's crazy. 29 votes, 30 votes, 23% say no, he's president. He shouldn't go to jail. It doesn't matter what he does. Yes. So some Americans are receiving emails notifying them of their eligibility for another stimulus check from the federal government. Okay. So from the federal government, have you received an email stating that you are getting stimulus checks? Let us know down in the comments below if you've received this. And what they're saying is that there are many Americans who have reached out, called, made the phone calls and said, hey, what is this email talking about? It's saying I'm eligible to receive a stimulus check, and I just want to make sure it's legit from the federal government. But President Biden said that he hasn't sent out any emails saying that you're going to get a stimulus check. Now, multiple local outlets have reported that their viewers have recently received emails from an address claiming to be the IRS that allege hundreds of dollars in 2023 tax refunds are available if recipients provide missing information that they currently don't have, which, again, if the IRS, which has all the tax information, all the Social Security information, then what would be missing and why would they be asking you for more information? Typically, you don't ever get a call from the IRS unless they do an audit, and then they're like, that's happening. But out of the blue to say you're going to get a stimulus check, well, that's kind of fishy. So understanding that people have complained and said that they're getting these emails saying they're going to get a fourth stimulus check from Joe Biden. And even though Joe Biden has talked about the fourth stimulus check, they've actually considered sending out a fourth stimulus check. He even promised it during his campaign to say that if you vote for me, I'll definitely give you a stimulus check. Well, guess what? People voted for him, and they're still looking for that stimulus check. I don't know. I just think that, with the way things are going, are they actually going to make that happen? Are they actually going to send out stimulus checks? And what are they going to do if in the fact that we go into a recession? So that's a big if. Like, if this happens, the recession, will the federal government send out stimulus checks? Now, here's the thing. They're on the table. It's being discussed right now. The federal government has done everything from raising interest rates, raising seller good prices to try and slow down all of this nonsense that's been happening. And so, with high inflation, trying to lower it, trying to get it down, it only puts a burden on the American people. And so now, with everything being raised up, the problem is it's the thing that helps the inflation, but it also causes us to go into a recession where people start losing their jobs. People stop buying because they just can't afford it. And I'm surprised the housing market has carried on as long as it's carried on, just because who's going to pay? Who's going to buy a house with 7% interest rate, 6% interest rate? I mean, like, oh my gosh. And here's what's crazier. I got a 4.3% interest rate on our home. Back in the day, a couple years ago, I got a 2.7, which was phenomenal. It was amazing. But now I got a 4.3. I have called around to banks, businesses, and they say we can't get that low. And I'm thinking, what's changed? How did you go from 2.7 and lower to now you can't even hit 4.3? And it's like, oh my gosh, it's mind-boggling to think that the interest rates and inflation of what has happened is simply just crazy. Thank you so much, Cynthia. Thank you guys for liking. Hey, it's okay to like the video for little Dex, man. He's definitely doing better, and we're super happy that he is, because again, he gave us a scare being at the hospital and not feeling well, oxygen drop, but he's doing better. So thank you for hitting that like button. So out of almost 50 votes, we're almost at a 70% split to where people say, yes, he needs to be locked up. But there are 30% of people that just said no. And I don't understand it. I do not understand it. Yeah. And all they've been doing. So when you look at the news, you look at the trending news, all they've been trying to do is justify why his son is making millions of monies from other countries and not doing anything. And it's hush money, guys. All right. So what we're doing now is we're going to talk about which states are sending out stimulus checks. Which states are sending out stimulus checks? We just read that information of the states that are sending them out, if you have it coming your way. And some of you are asking, what about Alabama? Alabama, California, Colorado, Georgia, Maine, Massachusetts, Montana, and New Mexico. That is the most up-to-date information, and you can even Google it if you don't trust me, believe me, but I hope you do, because we've been doing this for a while now. But yes, guys, those are the states that are sending out stimulus checks. We also have some more information on, what's going to be happening with the IRS sending out, more money to those in need, low income, fixed income beneficiaries. Many of you guys have stated you don't just get enough every month. That's number one reason why we're doing a petition, but we're also doing stimulus check information and just trying to make sure we keep you updated on what's actually going on. Like, for example, news that just come out just a few hours ago, they're going back to Pennsylvania. Eligible residents of Pennsylvania can get a one-time payment between $250 and $975. The checks are a part of the state property tax rent rebate program. The maximum standard rebate is $650, and some homeowners may qualify for supplemental rebates worth up to $975. That is pretty amazing, guys. They're giving you until the end of the year to go on there and see if you can get that stimulus check. We've already talked about some of the stimulus emails that have been going out, and it doesn't mean it's official. And they're just kind of updating everybody, saying, "Hey, just be careful, because if you get a direct email asking for more information, it may not be legit." So, one thing that I do wish is that they would literally raise the cost of living index for you guys, raise the amount you get every month, People could definitely use a raise. And they're wanting to get people taken care of, guys. Poverty is a real thing. I watched a couple of videos and was doing some more research, and there's people living in poverty right now that said, we need help. Our economy needs to get better. We're actually doing worse. And this is where the petition is going to kick in. We need to get as much help as possible so that way we can push this thing, guys. Todd Howard, thank you so much for tuning in, man. Of course, a lot of things that are going on in our country, but of course, we're hoping for the best. But guys, stay tuned. I've got more videos on the way. We're doing some more research. We're waiting back on a response on the 33 states that were approved for the SSI increase. So stay tuned for that. I've got more videos on the way. I love you guys. I appreciate you. Thank you for your love and support. If you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button and join the family. Until next time, I'm your host, John Miro. Peace.